What is up, my queers and peers? My name is JP and welcome back to my channel. And I'm still here with a very special guest. You've seen her in a previous video where she screamed her lungs out from a horrible reaction to a horror video. So today we're gonna be reacting to a very special video. I don't know if you know Greta Thunberg. She is a environmental activist who has spoken on the UN stage. So she has spoken in front of world leaders to push for change, basically, towards awareness and action towards climate change. This is based on some UN reports that the world is basically ending.
A UN panel has issued a dire warning this morning talking about climate change and the threat it poses to the global food supply. It's a special report 2 years in the making with contributions from some 40 countries.
And we love turtles. And I whoop.
That's annoying.
I'm not a disco boy, I swear to God. So today, like I said, we're gonna be reacting to Greta Thunberg rips world leaders at the UN over climate change. This is a video by Vice News, and I've heard of this before. Have you heard of this?
No. When was this?
This was the time when you asked me about this. Like, diba nakaiga ka doon, tapos tinanong mo ako.
But I haven't seen the video.
Yeah, so we've heard of this happening, but we have not seen the video yet. And it's quite interesting, to say the least, to watch the video because I love Greta. I love everything she represents, and that's just basically, I've read an article from, I think it's Rappler, or it could be BuzzFeed. I read an article that says this is very, very cringeworthy, but it's something to watch. So here we go. Without further ado, let's go and watch. Let's go and cringe. Yeah, we're gonna have a short discussion after, so stay tuned for that, and there we go.
Is that we'll be watching you.
They're laughing.
Yeah.
And look at her face. She's very serious.
This is all wrong. I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you? You have stolen my dreams, my childhood with your empty words. Yet I'm one of the lucky ones.
People will be like, oh, she's serious.
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
Why are they clapping?
I don't know.
For more than 30 years, the science has been crystal clear. How dare you continue to look away and come here saying that you're doing enough when the politics and solutions needed are still nowhere in sight?
True.
You say you hear us and that you understand the urgency. But no matter how sad and angry I am, I do not want to believe that. Because if you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe.
Wow. Powerful. Wow.
The popular idea of cutting our emissions in half in 10 years only gives us a 50% chance of staying below 1.5 degrees and the risk of setting off irreversible chain reactions beyond human control. 50% may be acceptable to you, but those numbers do not include tipping points, most feedback loops, additional warming hidden by toxic air pollution, or the aspects of equity and climate justice. They also rely on my generation sucking hundreds of billions of tons of your CO2 out of the air with technologies that barely exist. So a 50% risk is simply not acceptable to us, we who have to live with the consequences. to have a 67% chance of staying below a 1.5 degrees global temperature rise, the best odds given by the IPCC, the world had 420 gigatons of CO2 left to emit back on January 1st, 2018. Today that figure is already down to less than 350 gigatons. How dare you pretend that this can be solved with just business as usual and some technical solutions? With today's emissions levels, that remaining CO2 budget will be entirely gone within less than 8.5 years. There will not be any solutions or plans presented in line with these figures here today, because these numbers are too uncomfortable and you are still not mature enough to tell it like it is. You are failing us, but the young people are starting to understand your betrayal. The eyes of all future generations are upon you. And if you choose to fail us, I say we will never forgive you.
Ooh. Goosebumps.
That was something.
It was big something.
We will not let you get away with this. Right here, right now, is where we draw the line. The world is waking up. And change is coming whether you like it or not. Thank you.
Go Greta!
Preach. Powerful statement
Yeah.
by Miss Greta Thunberg. Kudos. She is I don't know how old she is, but I heard that she's still in like grade school. I think she's 12. And she doesn't fly anymore. She actually, what she does is when she's traveling, I think she looks for the best and least environmentally impacting routes and way. I heard that she has like a zero emissions boat or something that she moves through the ocean and just.
She has one?
No, I think an environmental group lends it to her just because of what she's representing. Let's discuss the video. And just a side note, we're making this video because we are in the same generation. We're all gonna be the ones who are gonna be suffering climate change. So the video, what are your thoughts on it?
She has the audacity to actually talk in front of the United Nations Council. I think the council just looks at her as an entertainment. They're not getting serious about the topic or whatever she's saying.
That's a good point. Kasi,
Did you see?
yeah, they were clapping, they were laughing at the start. Yeah, that's actually one of the things. You know how you hear about something too often and you just ignore it, just like white noise or side noise, and it's really something that should not be done with climate change issues. I think she's really brave to go up there on the stage, and the emotion that she's giving. I'm not gonna comment on anything aside from what she said. I'm not gonna comment because there have been reports about.
Let's comment about that.
Yeah, because like she has. I don't know if this is true, but I heard she has autism, and that's one of the things that people use against her to like diminish the message.
Yeah.
But Asperger's, I think. But I don't think.
That's not the issue.
Yeah, that's not the issue. It's not the issue. The issue is like environmental impact. The issue is like stopping global warming based on science. Like, it's funny, I've read headlines about how funny it is that Greta Thunberg is actually using science against Trump, Putin, and every other like people who wish to like bash her. She just uses science and sass. But yeah.
And she's actually burning them.
She is. You go, girl. I think we need a Greta Thunberg. There have been a lot of environmental activists in the past, but no one has, and I'm not saying that their contributions are invalid or anything, but what I'm saying is the attention she's being given, the fame or the exposure and the what's the called again? Publicity. The publicity that she's been given is something that's really needed in this time. There are some people who say that she's just in it for the publicity, and I'm just like, fine, I'll give her all the publicity that she wants because she deserves it. It's an issue that needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. Something needs to be done about it. Something can be done about it. People are just so concerned about the money. So what are your thoughts? Do you really believe that if we don't address climate change, the world will go to shambles?
Yes, I do. We're heating up. The planet is heating up.
There are some people who argue that it's normal. Like, it's a geologic change of the earth to change. We've had ice ages and warm parts and stuff like that, like eras and stuff. So, do you really think that it's man-made?
It is normal for the planet to change, but then we still have to take care of it for the future generation and slow the change.
Exactly.
People are like boosting the change right now by using chemicals.
Scientists are actually saying that the recent heating or warming of the earth is the fastest that it's been in the past, I don't know, 100 or 150 years, something like that, than it has been for the thousands of years that humans have lived. So it's like a higher increase in the global temperature, and I don't know why people do not understand that fact.
I do. Maybe they're just thinking that after 100 years they won't be alive, and they don't care about it.
There's that.
See?
People just do not care. So, save the turtles. Again, guys, if there's in any way, really, I don't know, I don't care if it's like a really small way. It doesn't have to be like a gigantic thing that like what Greta's doing, but if there's like a really small way in your own way that you can help save the environment. Because the Philippines is really like technically like, no, this is like the Philippines is honestly really, really hot to live in right now. I remember when I was a kid that I could go out in the middle of noon and play, and now I know. Like, just no. So like the earth is here, the sun is here, Philippines is right here.
In the middle.
It's really hot here. Save us. Send help. Oh my god. Yeah, so don't use plastic straws, like your plastics. And this is one really big thing. Don't waste food. Did you know that food waste is actually one of the biggest contributors to to carbon emissions, like greenhouse gas emissions in general, in the world? Like, I think it's only second to China or US, but it's second to one country. That's a very simple thing that we can do. Like, people are starving. And then there's like the problem that wasted food, rotting foods, is like a really big producer of greenhouse gases, and then people are starving. Like, why can't people just put 2 and 2 together, and you're gonna be hitting 2 birds with one giant
it's like
stone?
What country is that? I think it's Canada that they give those food.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't read about that. But yeah, MIT is actually doing some programs about that. I think it's called the Food Cam. I watched a video by Vox about that. I'll link it in the description below so you could go and watch it. But yeah, again, people, how much money would it take to save the earth? And is that amount of money worth the lives of the future generation?
If we can contribute millions or billions for the burnt Church of Notre Dame, why can't we?
Exactly. It's not a hard issue. Like, money, yes, we need money to solve this. But if the money that we're going to spend on here equals the lives of your grandchildren, your grandchildren's grandchildren, then isn't it worth it? I mean, we're not gonna all move to Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, yo, Elon, hit me up. I really want to go there, dude. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But we need a solution. We need a change in the system. We need Greta Thunberg. We need everyone to be a Greta Thunberg. She's like, she thinks in a way, I mean, like, you know how adults think of like money and what if and what if and what if and what if.
Adults always think about practicality.
Yeah. What if it's like the most practical? It's like when you're a child, like, can I have this? Why not? But I want it.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be that. Let's be that when it comes to climate change, not anything else, but climate change. Let's be like that. Why don't we just tell everyone who doesn't believe in climate change or who doesn't want to act about climate change that no, I'm taking a stand, I'm being stubborn, this is for my future, this is for my children's future, and come on guys, I really want to see turtles when I'm 90 years old. I don't want to be swimming with them, but I want to see them alive. So if climate change happens, bye-bye turtles. Well, it's happening, but you know, if it continues, bye-bye turtles, and then then, you know, instead of like them swimming, you're gonna be the one swimming. You know, like the Maldives and some other Palmyra atoll. Oh god, don't hate me in the comments. They're gonna be like underwater in a few years because of this. So, you know, we wanna save the fishes, save all the other flora and fauna in the earth, but we don't want to be swimming with them. So there you go, guys. That is what we think about climate change. It's not something that we should put aside. Yeah, it's a really important thing that we should talk about. It's a really important thing that we should, you know, be aware of. So if you know someone or anyone who's not doing anything for the environment, just for me, please punch them hard for Greta. So there you go. That's it, you guys. That's our reaction to the video. And like this video. Oh, leave a comment below and tell us what you're doing for the environment. Tell us if there's anything that you want us to do for the environment, if there's like any like petitions or just anything that you want us to sign or anything that you want us to do for the environment. Like, challenge us to do something for the environment, and if it's for a good cause, then we'll do it and we'll vlog about it. So let us know. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. Share this video to all your friends and all those people out there who do not believe in climate change. I swear to God, on behalf of Greta Thunberg, I will slap them in the face. So as always, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified for every new video that we upload. And again, as always, let love win. Bye!